And I'm sure you noticed that, right? You noticed that right now we are so happy living on our own. We're in our own little worlds, in our own little walls, house. We don't know who our neighbors are. This is different from how it was a few generations ago. So some of you may not remember, but there was a time when we knew our next door neighbors. And there was a time when we used to get outside on the porch and we talk with our neighbors, But we're losing that. People are living increasingly isolated lives. So what do you think are some of the reasons? What do you think may be some of the reasons why people are living isolated lives?
Too busy.
Too busy. We are busy. Especially us women. We are the last people to go to bed at night and the first one to rise up, right? Yes. And when we rise up, we're always doing. We're going. We're doing something. And we get so busy that we don't have time to form meaningful relationships. And so as I'm talking to women, that's one of the answers that I hear. But what else? Technology. Technology keeps us busy. It was interesting to me a few years ago that I had teenage children. My teenagers had like 700 friends on Facebook. I said, boy, you don't know 700 friends. But this is the time when we have more friends on Facebook than we know face-to-face. We don't have those face-to-face. And it's easy for me to think, because I'm connected with somebody on Facebook, that's my friend, right? And when we don't know them, we can't form deep, meaningful relationships with people we know on Facebook. And so I hear those reasons from ladies, but let me tell you, the number one reason that I hear why we're not forming meaningful relationships is because we've done that and we've been burned before. Yes. We've been hurt, we've been disappointed. We had that one good friend that we trusted, that one good friend that we bared our souls to, we shared our lives with. She took our stories and told it to everybody else. Yes. And so when that happens, what does that make you want to do?
Isolate.
You isolate, you pull back, you recoil. You're like, I'm not trusting anybody else anymore. I'm not. I'm okay by myself. I don't want my business out there for everybody knowing who I am and knowing everything about me. The problem with that is that we were not meant to live isolated lives. I believe that God created us to live in community. I believe that He made us so that we can depend on each other, draw strength from each other. But when you've been burnt in a relationship, then it's harder for you to form new, meaningful relationships. And so I begin talking to women, telling them that there are some things we need to do to come out of that place where we are, where we've been hurt, where we've been burned. That's the number one reason why we're not forming meaningful relationships. As Christian women, what do? Well, I have 3 strategies. First strategy, we remember who we're following. Being a Christian to me means being a follower of Jesus, right? Yes. In the Bible, it says that He left us an example so we can follow in His steps. Yes. And guess what happened to Him? He was betrayed. Yes. He was let down. The people He trusted formed His own inner circle, spent time with. Y'all remember? His inner circle was Peter, James, and John, right? Those were His disciples that He depended on. When He was at His most vulnerable in the Garden of Eden, He didn't take the whole 12. Guess what? He picked those 3, took those 3 with Him. He trusted these ones. Guess who betrayed Him? Guess who said, I don't know Him? Guess who said 3 times, cursed Him? I don't know this. Peter wanted the inner circle. So if I'm going to be His follower, guess what? It's going to happen to me too. And guess what Jesus did? He forgave Peter. That's the second strategy. Yes. The second strategy is that as Christians, we're called to forgive. Remember, Jesus is talking to some people and He tells them, forgive others as your Father in heaven has forgiven you. And that means, does God forgive me every day? Do I mess up every day? Do I make mistakes all the time? Do I go to Him and say, Lord, please forgive me, I'm never going to do that again, and then I do it again, and He still forgives me, right? That's what He expects from me. He doesn't want me holding on to the hurt of the past, because that's going to affect me forming relationships. He wants me letting go. He wants me knowing that He can handle that person that stabbed me in the back. That's not my problem. All He wants me to do is go on and form deep, meaningful relationships. And that's why I like the Jesus model. Because the Jesus model of relationships puts me in control. Yes. I choose my 12. Right. I look around for people that I can trust, and I form deep, meaningful relationships with them. And the third strategy is the strategy that Paul used. Paul said, forgetting those things that are behind, I press forward. And I love New Year's for that one reason. Because when I stand at the dawn of a new year, like we're doing right now, brand new 2016, I have a chance to begin again. I have a chance to start all over. I have a brand new page, nothing's been written on it. And I'm given the opportunity to write what I want to write. And so I want to do what Paul did. I want to encourage women to do that. Do that. Forget those things that are behind. Let 2015 go away with the things that are in the past. We're beginning a brand new year in which we're going to look around, we're going to find people, we're going to form those meaningful relationships with them, because we do our best work when we live in community. We do our best work when we have people who hold us accountable. We do our best work when we have people that we can depend on. When I'm going through a problem, I can't pray about it. Knowing my sister's praying about it for me makes it easier for me to deal with my problem. When I go to bed, and I'm not just praying for me, but I'm praying for my sister. And when my sister's child is struggling and she gives me a phone call and says, hey, and I pray about that, I know that God hears all those prayers.